Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. Hey y'all, so happy Easter to all you guys. Not sure what you guys are all doing on this beautiful holiday, but I wanted to come back with some trending topics if y'all don't mind. So we're gonna talk about a few things. So Colin Kaepernick from the NFL, as you know, infamously, lost everything, lost his NFL career and all the things for kneeling, during the national anthem and wanting to be a political activist and all of the things, had the fro out and everything, right? And so the NFL was like, no, we're going to get rid of you. We're going to get rid of you. Colin Kaepernick was still in game shape, was still in athlete shape and all of the things, had tried coming back a few times, even sued the NFL and got a settlement, still was trying to come back even after that, and some tryouts didn't work out. Allegedly denied a position to be on the coaching staff with his former Michigan head coach, Jim Harbaugh, and all of the things. Allegedly. Well, his girlfriend, I guess, was spotted walking to a car, and they asked her about Colin Kaepernick. And she basically made the comment that he's still training and available for any NFL teams if they need it. Now, come on now. Now, the man is 37 years old. Cam Newton is 35 years old and has long retired from the NFL. And has got his own podcast and all the things. What are we doing? This is not April Fool's. It is April 20th and all the things. What are we doing? What are we doing? The NFL's argument is going to be, listen, looky here, we just had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, and we have other rising quarterbacks, like the quarterback Daniels from the Washington Redskins, also CJ Stroud on the Houston Texans. There's so many black quarterbacks right now, so that's not an issue right now, right? So nonetheless, I think it's a nothing burger story. Usher is in Abu Dhabi. He is in Dubai. And he has taken his Usher tour, his Usher concert out to Dubai. And the audience was expecting to be fed some cherries. And Usher said, no. I'm not trying to go to jail. I'm not trying to be in violation of nothing. So therefore, y'all are going to have to fend for yourself and pretend that you are eating imaginary cherries while I'm performing. So nonetheless, they were not happy. They were groaning and everything else. And Usher's like, I'm not trying to be hemmed up. I am not trying to be hemmed up. We looked up the laws, we looked up the regulations, and we are not trying to get that smoke. I'm not trying to be in jail. Right? So that was that. Britney Renner, y'all. Britney Renner, who said that she was going to be a Muslim and she wasn't doing it for a man. She had a new lease on life. She was not dating anybody. She had been celibate and all of these things. Only to pop out now and confirm that she's with Kevin Gates, even though we know that she's been with Kevin Gates all this time because he keeps showing her in all of his videos. He keeps, mentioning her in the background of his videos where she's laughing. He just posted a video of them, I think it was a couple weeks ago, where they were both in the backseat of a vehicle listening to Soul for Real's Candy Rain. What are we doing? And then we had the alleged side chick that came out that said she was just in bed with Kevin Gates the night before. What are we doing? And where is the wife? Drika apparently was just on a recent podcast saying that her and Kevin Gates are best friends, y'all. think Kevin Gates knows what he wants. He just wants a lot of women. And he just wants to have a harem. And I feel like this whole Muslim thing, like, I feel like it's a whole cover. I feel like it's a whole excuse. I feel like he's just saying that. He's just doing that and all the things. But I don't think this is going to end well for Britney Renner. Everything's going to look gold right now. He's going to sell it like y'all are meant to be and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No. This is going to crumble and fall apart, and either Brit is going to stay to, save face, or this breakup is going to end badly, and Kevin will be on to his replacement or his actual wife. I'm not buying any of the foolishness of it all. Next, we need to talk Michelle Obama and Tracee Ellis Ross, y'all. Tracee Ellis Ross has got the manosphere in a dizzy, in a connuption, y'all. Because Tracee Ellis Ross, I believe this is Michelle Obama's third podcast, and I'm just hoping that these podcasts do not go the direction of Jada Pinkett Smith. If you know, you know. Like no Barack Obama slander, please. like it's weird enough that a first lady, like all of this is weird. It is. But Tracee Ellis Ross, she is in the news because she's 52 years old, and she said that she has some regrets about never being married and never having kids, and she said basically she's dating younger men who have as much to lose as her, and they've met at industry events, or some of her celebrity friends would play matchmaker with her. However, she said she's not dating men who are her age because she feels as though they lack emotional maturity, they've got too much trauma. And then she specifically said that they're pretty set in their ways and they do not want to have conversations about gender fluidity and the LGBTQIA community. So the thing was, though, that I was hoping that Tracee Ellis Ross would kind of expand on things, like if she's just dating men who are like in their 30s and 40s, right? Because again, the manosphere has kind of twisted this around to make it seem like Tracee Ellis Ross is pulling a Drea and is messing with these people barely 18 or whatever, or just turning 19 and all this and that. I don't think that's the case. And then they're twisting around Tracee Ellis Ross about her community. What did I just say? I don't even know. I'm tired, y'all. But about her comments about gender fluidity and LGBTQIA. And they're twisting it around saying, well, yeah, she just wants a young guy so she can turn him out. And he has to, the requirement is he has to be, pansexual and all this other stuff. And it's like, wait, what? I don't believe that was her comment, y'all. Like I think y'all got it twisted. Finally, we got Cam Newton and Carrie Hilson, y'all. She was on the Funky Friday show, which is Cam Newton's podcast, on the YouTubers, on the YouTube streets, y'all. And so Carrie Hilson made a comment about how she's never going to date an athlete ever again, and how she did not want to offend Cam Newton, but basically said, because if y'all don't know, Carrie Hilson used to date fine Serge Ibaka, who used to play primarily on the Oklahoma City Thunder, y'all. That was when him and Carrie Hilson were like together for real. And that was also around the time that she allegedly was blackballed / her music career stalled. And she was, making a lot of sacrifices, for him, only for this to never lead to marriage and never lead to like a really long-term commitment of sorts. But she was with him for like some years. Carrie Hilson basically says, listen, looky here. Athletes, everybody loves them. Everyone wants them to win, whether it is teachers, whether it's the pastor, whether it is the parents. And they do not have, some of them, and she's not saying everybody, but she's saying some of them do not have the emotional intelligence, do not have the wherewithal, do not know anything outside of whatever the sport is they're training for. Some of them have not expanded their education and their knowledge base into other things. Carrie Hilson said that there's been conversations, there's been things to where men should know by the, like at the age of, you should have these life skills by the age of 20 or 21 that they're just now utilizing at the age of 30 or older, which is not okay. feels as though these athletes do not know how to love properly, that they're so used to so many people just loving them already because they're a larger-than-life athlete, they're a superstar, they're going to be rich, multimillionaires, and all this and that. They don't have anybody around them to tell them no. They don't have anybody around them to sit them down about the way of the land and the lay of life and all of the things. And nonetheless, this is how their relationships / marriages become problematic, because they're used to just somebody loving on them all the time, loving them, admiring them, rooting for them, that they're not able to compartmentalize the difference between fan love and family love and support versus a mature love, a real legitimate love, a legitimate relationship that can lead to something long-term and long-lasting, and how easy, accessible, a man who is disciplined, a man who understands, the difference between these groupies that are just trying to get a piece of you, these groupies that are just with you because they saw your net worth hundreds of millions of dollars, versus somebody who is genuine, versus somebody who is into you for you, regardless if you're a famous athlete, but really likes you for you, or has their own career, has their own thing popping, and therefore really just wants to build something with you that's genuine. But these athletes are not able to discern from that, because some of these athletes may not have been able to get some of these women or whatever else back in the day, whether they said that they didn't look that cute or whatever, regardless of them being an athlete. But now all of a sudden, those same types of women, now that they know that you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, now it's, now basically what they said in this interview was like, hey, we see a lot of these situationships as transactional, because we don't know who's really into us for us. So it is easy to have these hookups and just pay people off, or whatever the case may be, or because you look good and I look good, let's just be together. But there's nothing beyond the superficial that's really building anything. So I thought it was a really good conversation, and I was glad that, Cam Newton really took it to heart, because literally he's a walking example of somebody who looks like they do not know how to properly love. You had all those kids with your first baby mama, and you still want more kids, and there is no commitment in sight. There is no wedding in sight for anybody in the future, not even his current girlfriend. And you basically alluded to that she was not the only woman that you've been with since you and her have been together. So again, all these women, like it's still easy for you to be out here in these streets because you're not with anybody that is demanding and commanding commitment from you and representing like, hey, I'm not going to put up with this. So therefore you think it's okay. So there is that, y'all. There's that, a little bit of some trending topics to talk about. Let me know what trending topic had your interest, piqued your interest. We talked Usher not doing the cherries in Abu Dhabi. No. We talked about the weirdness of asking Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend as she's walking to the car about his NFL career. No. What do you think of Tracee Ellis' Ross comments about her dating situation at 52, how she's messing with younger men, how older men don't want to have certain conversations about certain topics, and how it blew up the manosphere, y'all? What do you think of Britney Renner now confirming that she is in an entanglement with Kevin Gates, y'all? Make it make sense. This is not the flex that you think it is. And finally, what do you think about Carrie Hilson's comments about these athletes not being ready to love, not having the emotional intelligence, the emotional wherewithal to say what it is? So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.